on the left-hand side is a set of words: reduce, reuse, recycle, eco-efficiency. You all like that stuff? You hear it? It's kind of the food pyramid of the eco-efficient living world. I want you to forget it. Right? It's not that it's not important. It's just, in some sense, if you look at it, the left-hand side of this is really about making things less bad. And an engineering or a constructive way of it is, how do we make things good, or how do we make things better? And that is the life cycle view that we see the phases of life cycle as: you make a product, you use a product. This last phase is not recycling. It's about renewing the resources that you used in the product. Okay, so that I'm going to go into this right-hand side, sort of tear it apart. Right. The first step here is just going to kind of redraw the cycle a little bit differently for you, and plus give you the this is by the way, if you haven't read Cradle to Cradle by McDonough and Braungart, you can read it literally a day on the beach. Okay, do it. It's really important. Go do it. And this is just taking, it's our interpretation of this. It was actually a very inspiring foundation for the work that we've done. So I'm just taking the cycle, and ignore the green arrow. Green is good now, right? That's a good color, so ignore it for a second. And I've just linearized you start with some resources and materials, if you will, the food for this process. You make something, you use it, and then at the end you ask, do I renew it? Or what's the end of that cycle? At the end of the cycle, I have essentially waste. Okay, now waste can be a good thing. So this is part of your recalibration and rethinking about this stuff. If you go through this cycle, you may look at depending on the product, the eco implications on this, or the ecological footprint of the product, could be very different. It could be that the manufacture of the product is where most of the impact is. It could be that it's its operation. So in our business, server computer systems, most of their ecological impact is in their use. It's the energy consumption over their lifetime. If you have your laptop, most of the eco impact is actually in its manufacturer, because they don't consume that much energy over their lifetime. And some things, maybe it's the e-waste at the end, or the landfill. So the important closing of this cycle is this green arrow. And the really key concept, according to McDonough and Braungart, is, are you able to essentially upcycle this waste into something that's a useful resource to restart your cycle? And it's different than recycling, and often they will use the term recycle to be downcycling. Right? If you take some nice plastics that you build bottles out of and shred them up, and you get less nice stuff to go build clothing, right? That's not actually, that's downcycling. It's a degradation. It's degrading those materials as you go through the process. So it's almost an entropy argument here. How do you get this waste back into the cycle? And in their term, waste equals food.